Hey now, what's up Rotogrinders, and welcome to Gridironiq, the latest and greatest from Rotogrinders to help you make short work of your NFL DFS research each week. What I'm going to do here in this video is break down the elements of Gridironiq, help you get started. Without further ado, let's get down to business. Let's talk about the tabs on the left-hand side of the screen, which are player level research stats. We've got the opportunity tab, the efficiency tab, and the production tab. Now, opportunity's king in NFL DFS, and you're going to find all the stuff that you know and love over here. Rush attempts, pass attempts, targets, target share, you name it, market share of air yards. We've only got a couple weeks worth of data looking backwards from this current week. If you want to get all the stats for this season, you can go to Josh ADHD's premium usage app here on Rotogrinders. That's going to have more comprehensive data points all the way back to the start of the season, but for Gridironiq, we're trying to save space, we're trying to save time. We've got just the last couple of weeks in here for your opportunity metrics needs. Now, when you jump to the efficiency tab, this is where we're looking at putting some context on player production. How good are these guys? You've got your clean pocket stats for quarterbacks, your pressure stats. You've got some elusiveness and power stats for running backs. You've got some target quality metrics down here for wide receivers. I encourage you to check all this stuff out. We've got tool tips on every single stat so that you can learn what they are, maybe learn a little bit about football in the process. We'll break down some of these things in a little bit more detail in future tutorial videos on Roto Academy, but just for now, we're giving you a quick overview of what we've got here in Gridironiq. The production tab, some of your basic counting stats, and we've even got some advanced stats from Sports Info Solution on zone blocking, gap blocking, things that you don't see everywhere. How do these players produce in these situations? For wide receivers, we've got versus man coverage and versus zone coverage. Again, stuff you're just not going to find around every corner. Talking about explosive plays for everybody. And finally, playerprofiler.com has helped us out with some stats for expected stats, comparing what they've actually scored in fantasy points to what they should have maybe scored based on their opportunity and situation. We love that. And overall, we think there's some great things that you can find here in the production tab. Now, if we're talking about the right-hand side of the screen, we're talking about team level stats. The overview tab is where you're going to land, and that's going to give you your basic fantasy points per game for the season in the last 4 weeks, and your Football Outsiders DVOA stats, which you know and love from their website. They've got some great information that tells us descriptively who has done really well on offense and defense in the past, as well as their adjusted line yards and adjusted sack rate metrics, which tell us about run blocking, run defense, and then their pass rush and the ability to avoid the pass rush when we're talking about the offensive line. Overall, some great stats from great data providers. Our identity tab tells us about the offensive and defensive identity for each team. We line them up on both sides with the tooltips so you can understand what each stat is. I love these formational stats. How often does a team run 3 wides plus? How often do they run 2 tight ends plus? What's the situation neutral pace? What's the pace leading and trailing? We've got all this stuff side by side with offense and defense for you to break down the matchups in short order. We've done the same with some passing statistics and some rushing statistics, so you can dive a little bit deeper into the matchups there. And then finally, if you are someone who likes to get out there and make some bets, we've got your basic Vegas line information, which of course can help you break down a game for DFS, but also these player prop stats where we compare our projected values and the Rotogrinder stock projections to what's out there on the sharp side betting market. And we're giving you a rating from 0 to 100 as to whether or not our projections make this line a good one to bet the over or the under. And we'll share that with the side information right here. So yeah, we love the prop bets tool. Hopefully you'll find some value in this in your weekly prop bet research. Folks, that's going to do it for this tutorial video on Gridironiq. We'll have a lot more coming in Roto Academy so we can help you understand some better ways to research NFL DFS, including ways to do it with Gridironiq. Best of luck in all of your NFL DFS contests and your sports bets. For Rotogrinders.com, I am Chris Gimino. We will be back again very soon with more great tutorial videos on Gridironiq.